underneath the basket. Rogers once again out for Gonzalez. Rogers will go up and hit the deck.
That is another block for Caileigh Walsh. She's having a great start to this game.
Here's Sydney Wood, finds Lauren Satterwhite.
She drives right. And it's a tip pass stolen by Burton, her first steal of the game. She drives up to the right wing. Crossover, drives right baseline, kicks it out to Walsh at the top of the key for three. Good, nothing but net. The free throw line guarded by Wood, now kicks it back out to Choice. Choice drives inside with the left, and it's blocked by Walsh. She had 4 blocks in the game, last game against UIC. Burton drives inside, right-handed finish. On that last sequence, great block by Caileigh Walsh. She passes it up, gives it to Brown. Brown drives inside with the left. She finds Mott under the rim. She kicks it out to Walsh for 3. It's good.
Keeping this UCSB team not in the game, but keeping this game from becoming a complete blowout.
Walsh for 3. It's money, top of the key straight away. That's good.
Around a screen, kicks towards the corner, back up top. Walsh will fire away and nail a 3. Cats get it started quickly with Caileigh Walsh. Jayla Johnson on the floor as the first sub for Loyola, replacing Hampton Bay. It's a Loyola team that will sub early and often. Burton working in the lane, behind the back dribble, kick to Walsh for another 3. Hits it again. Shooting so far this season, 26% on threes coming into this one as Walsh is open on a kick out. And she drains it. 9 early points for Caileigh Walsh. As Wisconsin so tied up in knots.
The top of this Northwestern defense in the blizzard is so critical.
And now she gets the inbound pass.
Walsh is only averaging about 8.6 points per game, and now she already has 9 in this
Make it
first
11.
quarter.
Make it 11. Caileigh Walsh going to work on the low block. Burton nearly got it. Deflects another pass. Pospisilova got to make it happen. Now Stapleton rejected by Walsh. Shot clock violation. Wisconsin has no answers. I mean, this is a dominant defensive possession. Gives to Daly, now Walsh catches at the top. Nice down low pass to Shaw. That's some big-to-big passing right there, Baylor. 9 fast break points, 8 second chance points, only 16 points outside of that. So in the half-court offense, they've struggled. But here, Walsh lines up another 3 and drills it again. Back to Burton. She's going to have to create with 6 on the shot clock. Walsh open for 3. And she got it. First field goal of the game for Caileigh Walsh on her 5th attempt, with an early 1-point lead on Big Ten Network Plus. You're watching the Wildcats. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Melanie Daly free throws after this. As Rainey gets it in the corner. Now Mott on the block. Walsh, dribble drive, got to the rack and finished. Great look from Caileigh Walsh. As Jadea Reed kicks to Pippen, driving hard again. Walsh got a piece. And they say it's a clean block. Hartman pulls down the rebound, and now Northwestern is running. Burton, all kinds of space for 3. Looking a little bit stagnant offensively without her out there. She's been doing a lot of cutting so far, and that possession wasn't much of it. Face up 3 for Walsh goes down. Now reuniting a little ways away from Philly, with both of their careers having taken them away, as Walsh hits her 3rd 3 of the game.
Burton, it needs to come now. And now Kayla Rainey to Caileigh Walsh, who takes the 3 and hits from the corner.
She'll go to the corner to Burton. Walsh will call for it in the post, a spin move. Nice layup with the left hand. Walsh asserting her dominance down there.
This is the first time they've been back, and it's against an opponent like Iowa, so we're going to learn a lot about the Cats in this game.
Here's one of the freshmen, Caileigh Walsh, and she rattles home a triple.
And when you force teams to turn the ball over, it allows you to play at the pace you want to play at. Great backdoor cut by Jill Brown, and Caileigh Walsh with the awareness to find a cutting teammate at the basket.
Preceded that with 28 points, had a double-double in both meetings, both of which Northwestern won. A 3 from Walsh, and she rattles it in.
Western half-court defense looking impeccable right now. As there's a big block by Caileigh Walsh. Northwestern with possession.
And that, you said their half-court defense looks impeccable.
A lot better off-ball movement by the Scarlet Knights on that first possession, trying to create some opportunities.
There's Caileigh Walsh. She loves that trailer topside 3. Take us to the break here. Veronica Burton starting to take over for Northwestern. When Burton's not going to get a rest in the game, they bring in Satterwhite or Rainey and give her some time off ball. Walsh for three. Got it again. Second three of the quarter for Caileigh Walsh. Started the third hot. Went up 46-31, but Rutgers hit a few big shots down the stretch.
Walsh on the outside, trying to feed inside to Daly. Back out to Walsh, three-pointer. That one's good. Caileigh Walsh has been pulling from deep. Big size advantage with Laurel Jackman on her. They get the switch now. Walsh for three. That one's pure as she rattles it home, and Northwestern is in front. Working in transition, does not have numbers. Tried to slow it up, and it's poked away. Ball is loose. Walsh had it, got it knocked away, but Brown comes up with it for Northwestern. 3-on-1 for the Wildcats. Bounce pass. Hartman lays it in.
To potentially close this game. Brown breaks the pressure with a head of steam. All the way in. Walsh open for three. Got it! Huge shot from the first year.
Yes, she has. That's her fourth rebound so far. Here's a three-pointer by Walsh. It's good. Caileigh Walsh, who shoots 31% from three-point range.
She's kind of struggled this year, kind of in and out of the lineup at times, so we'll see what she can do here with the minutes she's given.
Morris kicks it out to the perimeter. That one good. Caileigh Walsh. But certainly the stamina will be challenged here from Northwestern, especially with a limited bench. Walsh, double team coming, swings it cross court, finds Satterwhite, who puts it up and in with the left.
Disrupted for a little while there, but maybe we're right back into it. Satterwhite for Walsh, catch on the block for her. Turnaround fadeaway, wow. That is a high degree of difficulty for that banker from Caileigh Walsh.
A little confidence as a team, see some points go on the board, but I'd like to see Northwestern try to get to the basket and get fouled, go to the foul line.
There's Burton, already has 16 tonight, gives it into Walsh. That's a beautiful shot. Deep post feed into Walsh, coming off the bench, typically late in the first quarter. And now she tries a three and puts it in from the top of the key.
About 90 seconds to go in the third quarter. Melanie Daly's got the ball. Over to Hartman, jump pass to Walsh. Muscling her way down low, left-handed layup off a beautiful spin move. Is good, and Northwestern leads by 11.
Veronica Burton back on the floor now. Good sight to see for Northwestern. Kicks it out. Long three is good. Dropping that one is Caileigh Walsh. You mentioned this during the break earlier. The edge is now 12 on the glass for Nebraska. Right on cue, though, that board finds Northwestern. Long rebound and turns into an and one opportunity coming up for Caileigh Walsh.
Burton, also a Naismith Defensive Player of the Year semi-finalist, the only guard on that list, but going inside again is Northwestern to Walsh.
Walsh, okay, post players just wait and get it at the block.
Really good from mid-range, and she's always all over the floor. You can see it already.
Padilla, bounce pass over to Tunders, and it's rejected away by Caileigh Walsh.
Caileigh Walsh led this team in blocks last year, was second in the Big Ten. That is such an impressive.
Setting a screen away from the ball there for Wood as Brown has it. Behind the back dribble, the jump shot, no good. Let the rebound right back out, top of the key, and Walsh triggers and hits.
Yeah, that's insane.
Look inside to Walsh, backing down the defender, up and in with the left this time.
Second time they looked to Obi from the three. The first time it worked, that time it didn't, but Penn is starting to get creative.
Inside to Shaw.
Corralling that rebound, didn't bring it down. Kept it at her chin level, chin into the backboard.
Lauren Ebo sounds familiar. It's because she played at Penn State before transferring to Texas.
Knocks down this triple right in Mabry's eyeball. Right now, knocked in a triple. She's in a good flow.
She's taken over Lauren Ebo for the game high. She's got 12 points on 4 for 4 shooting as Walsh. A beautiful post move.
Play 101. Everyone says, hey, it's a 5-out game, and it is to a certain extent.
I feel like Shaw and Walsh would really be able to supplant themselves down low today. And Walsh, who's coming into this game shooting 50% from three, stops, turns, and hits.
Nice move there, using the spin.
Wood, a shot fake. She drives into the lane. Stop, dishes it back out. Walsh, another three, and this time she hits. She's got an early 9. Leading by 18. Trying to get it to 20 for the first time. Walsh thought about the three, puts it on the deck, gets all the way to the hoop, and kisses it off the window. We've seen Kayla Rainey start to find her shot, and of course, Caileigh Walsh leading the way. 6 of 9 from the field. Still just that 1 of 6 start for Northwestern. Great back cut for Sydney Wood. What a find from Walsh. Walsh got 17 points, only had 2 in that third quarter. 3 away from that career high, trying to tie it with a triple here, and she does. They are well in control. 4:36 to go. How about Walsh?
19 on the shot clock. Now inside. Kick out to Walsh. This is a 3, and it will fall. It'll be the first on number 1. So the Wildcats will have 20 to work with. Here's Walsh, a 3. Oh, and that's good. Number 10 doing what she does best.
Difference she can make for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Morris brings the Wildcat lead. They are no stranger to doubling up opponents. Doubled up Niagara in their game against the Purple Eagles. Here comes Northwestern once again. Walsh inside, off the glass, scores! 10-0 run. And we welcome you back from Welsh Ryan Arena. The Wildcats on a 10-0 run on the heels of Caileigh Walsh. No foul there. Here comes Valpo in transition. Pitts. A nice defensive front from Caileigh Walsh. Northwestern's pressing. Wood. The pull-up goes.
And Caileigh Walsh, a deep 3, gets it to go. So 2 quick threes for the Wildcats early on here, doubles their lead. Coach Rico quickly going to the bench, bringing in Greta Kampschrader. Nice backdoor cut from Sydney Wood. Good feed from Kayla Rainey. Sydney Wood finds Caileigh Walsh. Fires from a step behind the arc. Nothing but net for Caileigh Walsh. Good hedge from Kaiser. Sydney Wood finds her teammate Caileigh Walsh. She'll step behind the arc in the corner. Fires again, and she hits again. Caileigh Walsh, the leading 3-point shooter for this Northwestern team. Elise Stuck also into the game. Emily Kaiser swarmed down low. Good block. And out of bounds by Caileigh Walsh. Ball will stay with the Wolverines.
Figure out who they want to be seeing the time in the big games. Great back cut from Jillian Brown, and Caileigh Walsh laid it over to her over the top. Northwestern went to this lineup switch, bringing Courtney Shaw, their 5th-year starter, off the bench. And as Walsh spins and scores again, it has been paying some dividends. Ariane Rogers initiating things for the Blue Demons. Northwestern settles into their blizzard defense. Walsh eliminates it on the back end. Mott wants to run with Wood. She's going to slow it down a bit.
We would see her again at some point this year. As Walsh tries a 3 and puts it down. Finally, a triple goes.
Northwestern just working the ball around. Walsh had a lot of time to get that up and over, and she is like, finally.
Into the post, it is Caileigh Walsh spinning and kissing it off glass. She only played 4 games last season. So a resurgence for her as well as Walsh. Beautiful move with the drop step.
Caileigh Walsh posting up almost at the B1G.
Double-double recently against Ohio State, but her presence always felt for the Wildcats. Kayla Rainey drains the 3. To battle here on the road.
Sydney Wood, again, doing it all. The assist to Rainey, up and in, and she shot that with confidence.
And has got 15 points. Northwestern, meanwhile, is trailed by as many as 19, and Walsh. 3-point play coming up. Cook rejected on the reversal. Caileigh Walsh sending it away.
Big block by Walsh. We've seen Makira Cook get to the basket.
Can get to the basket against most defenders with relative ease, and she showed it off that time.
Jillian Brown feeds Caileigh Walsh for 2. Northwestern.
McWilliams did have a career-high 10 in her last game against Indiana. 72-50 win for the Hoosiers. Takes it inside, misses. Another offensive rebound by Rainey. Pops the 3, there it is. Long 3 is good from Walsh. 16 minutes a game as a freshman. I could see her getting more just as she gets more accustomed to the system. Good up and under move there from Walsh. Good patience as she got Sonano off her feet and scored.
I doubt it's for Clark, probably for Marshall, but
still. Walsh for three.
It's a
Got
great
it.
look. Great look.
She feeds into Harper. Kicked out for Layden. Around the horn, here's Learn. And a nasty block from Caileigh Walsh. Caileigh Walsh has made a name for herself in blocks this season. Gets what Veronica Burton brings to the table, and they found that in Walsh. Great recovery from Walsh, gets it to Sydney Wood. She's able to finish, and the Wildcats take their first lead of this game. Pass intended for Terry is turned over to Jill Brown.
Yeah, good pressure there from Northwestern. Really good job.
Walsh for three, she gets it.
Yeah, Caileigh Walsh, such a presence for Northwestern in the paint. Currently 5th in the Big Ten in blocks per game.
Walsh tries another one. Oh my, Caileigh Walsh, what are you seeing? Caileigh Walsh has found something. She likes her matchups. Back-to-back trays. Katie Gerald's forced to call a timeout.
Wow, Caileigh Walsh. I mean, this is the type of player you see. Just such a good shooter. She's
the lead restored. And Northwestern already struggling. Caileigh Walsh tries to stay in bounds. Caroline Lau has a look. She gets it.
A good three-point shooter at 38%. Cats now going quickly. It's Walsh for a three. That rims out and back in again. As now driving down the lane, it's Lau up off the back rim. Quick outlet for Caileigh Walsh. Her three is good. And Joe McEwen takes a quick timeout.
Does a really good job moving the ball. She's a pretty patient player, but hasn't been able to get it going yet tonight.
Caileigh Walsh is really getting it done here in this third quarter. She scores again. The latest blossom back up the double figures. It's at 11. Norris, who leads the team, shooting 47% entering tonight. Wildcats lead by 12. Good pass from Brown, and one for Caileigh Walsh.
Caileigh Walsh is so seamless in her movement right below the bucket. She sees her teammate coming with.
Extra chance opportunity, successful. That's Walsh for three. Here comes Wood. Working through the double team. Walsh will try the three, and she will make the three. 13-0 run that Wisconsin needs right now after Northwestern taking all the momentum. A quick answer, though, from Walsh, Caileigh Walsh.
McWilliams looking to run for the Wildcats. Now to Rainey. Penn State setting up in that 1-2-2 zone. Right into Walsh at the Big Ten logo. Left hand up and good. Great post move against Williamson for Walsh. Rebound by Wood. Now to Rainey. Rainey right into Walsh. Walsh, good pass right inside to McWilliams, who lays it up and in. Great break there by the Wildcats. Wow, great skip pass to Walsh. She'll try the three. That one good. Caileigh Walsh from deep, cutting the Penn State lead to 6.
Goodchild, number 22, setting a screen at the top. Only averages 4 minutes a contest this season. Here's a look from Courtney Shaw from deep, and Northwestern's feeling a little rhythm. Bourne now with 11 points. That ties her season average. Walsh left alone, and that's a mistake. She can hit him.
And Walsh with the pick and pop, knocking down the three. Wildcats a little slow to get back, but found a way to make up for it.
Inbounds pass, no sir! Caileigh Walsh with the defense.
Cheyenne Sellers backing in Lau. Finds Faith Masonis, and the ball batted away by Mott. Here comes Walsh on the run. The bounce pass to Sydney Wood, and it leads to 2 and a chance at 3.
I felt like Smichael stepped off a little bit too early. Got to be a little under control with her 2 steps there so she can kick it out.
Walsh shows the ball and wins herself an and one. Now that is a nifty move.
Yeah, she has some great moves. Putting the ball on the floor. See her establishing her position right there. You just got to get around. You can't.
Back inside, Caileigh Walsh has been a monster in this first half, and she goes back to work. Caileigh Walsh pushed away from the paint, but Paige Mott gives Northwestern a second chance. Now Walsh from 3, she got it.
But look here, just all alone. Cassandra Brown late on the rotation.
McWilliams back to Kayla Rainey, starting point guard tonight for the Wildcats. Caileigh Walsh open at the top of the key, and splash. The freshman class from Minnesota is unreal. Head coach Lindsay Whalen did an incredible job recruiting them. Multiple 4-star recruits, and you see, obviously, Mara Braun, we've talked about her in the supporting cascade, is great as well. And there's Paige Mott for 2. Zanano feeds Misha inside, but another Minnesota turnover, and the Wildcats are pushing the other way.
Another steal for Northwestern, picking up right where they left off.
I think she's going to have a fantastic career in the Big Ten. We're going to see her on a lot of all-conference lists over the course of the next few years.
Who's your freshman of the year?
That's such a hard question.
Meanwhile, Caileigh Walsh hits the 3, giving you more time.
As Caroline Lau is sitting out. Lau's played a hefty amount of minutes on the afternoon. Here's Walsh, finds Mott, backing down Markowski, gets great positioning, goes right up under the right arm of Markowski.
Didn't start once last year, has started every single contest this year. Walsh hits the 3, which we mentioned a moment ago was something Coquise Washington said they could not afford to let happen.
Part of what makes Caileigh Walsh so difficult to guard is when she is able to knock it down from.
Won one of them. Walsh, her second 3-pointer of the day.
When teams are playing zone, you have to move it as fast as possible to get the zone to shift and find gaps. And you see right there, score in that mid-range. Northwestern is giving Rutgers way too much space on that drive.
Carter hasn't missed yet, 3 for 3. Walsh is hitting the 3s, her 3rd of the day.
With the 3 here, Northwestern is playing tough. They're not out of this thing, but Rutgers is up 7 at the break.
She's just been able to play with so much poise.
8 of 9 from the floor. Walsh left alone. She hits her 4th 3-pointer. Cats need to score. They've come up fruitless the last few opportunities. Walsh has hit 4 today. A 5th 3-pointer.
Walsh at bay and getting on her, but in a scramble situation, they turn their back to Caileigh Walsh. She's wide open, and the moment that left her hands, her face, she knew that was good. Big time play by the sophomore.
Huge performance for her. She's passed 20 points for the 4th time this season. Wood to Rainey, a 3-ball, offline. And who's fighting for the board? It's Lau comes away, rips it away from Cornwell. Holy cow! Caileigh Walsh again! What has gotten into her today? 6 3-pointers.
Starts with the fight down low for the boards. China Cornwell, I thought was going to get.
And some quick game back and forth between these two teams. Both in transition, both missing a couple layups. Lau now feeding inside for Walsh, who gets the and one to fall. Walsh with some muscle, Walsh with some muscle, wrong sport there. It's a bad pass from Lau, but Walsh is able to recover in the feed inside to Haley Weaver. The layup is good, cuts this one to a 7-point lead.
It's Kaichis at the top. Stanley driving in. She's got Walsh on her, and a monster block from Caileigh Walsh. Sort of running this Omaha offense right now. Pina to Walsh, wide open 3 for Caileigh Walsh. Nothing but net.
So in rhythm.
Lau barely gets it away to Daly, looking for Walsh in the corner, and splashes the 3. Wildcats still just passing it around, looking for somebody in the paint. They find Daly, but the jumper is no good. However, the steal comes back. Walsh with the scoop layup and one. Caileigh Walsh ties the score at 9 with a chance for one more.
Well, on this team, great shooter, had 10 points last game, and she'll be a big part of the success there.
Walsh for 3. She's up to 13 points so far.
Southeast Missouri State can't miss right now, so just kind of one of those stretches.
Redhawks have more points in this quarter than they did all in the first quarter, and that'll help the Wildcats. Caileigh Walsh buries a 3. Leah Moore and, well, rather, another Nolan comes back in, Sophia Nolan. Walsh takes a 3, and she's got it.
Walsh up top, finds Daly, short jumper, yes. Here she is at the top. Lau trying to navigate, have to give it up to Walsh. Inside to Mott, puts up the left-handed layup and in.
Tying a career high 5 assists in the opening quarter.
And that was a Daly assist right there. There's only been one unassisted basket in this game so far.
And that's a great pass up ahead. The best, if not among the best, especially just the depth of it, top to bottom.
And it's certainly not going to change next year when some great programs come in.
Wildcats clear it out this time for freshman Casey Harder to work it up floor. Caileigh Walsh open for three and splashes it in. After having some early woes against that half-court trap. Inside Walsh and one.
Walsh has been such an impressive cutter today. I watch her without the ball, and she's decisive. She takes long strides, and that are two characteristics of a good cut. Just watch, she makes the decision.
Earlier this season, I asked Carolyn Keeger why Tay Valladay's numbers had increased, and she said because she's playing with better players. She's able to pick and choose. She doesn't have to do it all. Individually, team-wise, Penn State needed this win, and some of these players needed to see the ball go through the hoop, and Allie Brigham is one of them.
She's someone who's been very consistent. That's the word that Maggie Lyon used to describe her earlier today.
Walsh for three, she rattles it in. Lau hasn't had her hands on the ball very much in the first few minutes, but she hands off for Walsh. Back-to-back triples for Caileigh Walsh. Walsh lobs it over the top for Mott. Easy deuce.
Walsh really using that height there to just find Mott.
First half, Northwestern really kept it tight with some efficient offense, a lot of three-pointers in the first quarter before.
Being able to just knock that feed away and get it off of Williams, that's great stuff.
Driving in is Lau, and Williams gets called for the foul and one from Caileigh Walsh. By the way, Grady already making a career high in points. Tonight it was 9, and there a flush shot from Walsh.
And that gives her 12 points on the day.
15 left on the shot clock. Up at the high left wing, up against Porter and Williams. Walsh will take the three from the top. It's drilled.
Meanwhile, you've got Genesis Bryant and Makira Cook with 10 for Illinois. And here's Cook again. Mismatch with Caileigh Walsh. Walsh gets the best of her. Ball will stay with Northwestern. Or excuse me, with Illinois.
Amount of teams that you won't catch, such as the Iowas, the Indianas, and maybe Ohio State. But everyone else there is up for game.
They're doing a lot of things different. We talked with their head coach about how she does the first 20 minutes of their shoot-around on game day, and she said it's something different than she's ever done before, but it's working. Caileigh Walsh working inside. She's got 17 points.
Nina to Mott. They look for Walsh immediately over the smaller La Mendola, and she's finally on the board. Harder inside Walsh. Goes to her left and uses the back iron.
Yeah, it looked like Indiana slowed up the tempo at the end of the half. They changed that and an immediate 6-0 run to start the half.
Walsh thought about the three, now dumps it inside. McWilliams strong enough to get it up and in.
Play at their pace. That is the goal. We see them here, taking their time. Walsh up and in. First basket is good.
She's double teamed quickly. Lau gets a hand on it, a steal for the Wildcats. Harder finds a diving Caileigh Walsh, up and in and one for Caileigh Walsh. Inside pass to Walsh, nice up and under move. Bounces in, Caileigh Walsh with the layup. Second quarter shortly on Big Ten Plus. Porter drives in, stolen on the attempt to Shremick. McWilliams rolling around on the ground somehow manages to get it out to Walsh. Another steal for Northwestern. As Caileigh Walsh puts it up and in, and one for Caileigh Walsh. The foul on Hallie Douglas.
Caileigh Walsh now in double digits as well, make it 11 for her.
That media break beckoning right now for the Wildcats as Walsh finally ends the run.
Walsh outside, not afraid to fire, and she hits. Caileigh Walsh.
And put her 5 and 9 with shooting this game, or 4 and 9, excuse me.
Walsh answers right back. A deep three.
Showing really good footwork there.
Good feed down low, draws the foul, and Caileigh Walsh with the bucket.
Now Walsh averages just under 13 points per game, and she can score.
Targets Mott inside, couple dribbles, now kicked out. Lau to Walsh. Her three's good. Caileigh Walsh starting off the scoring for Northwestern. Western side, Caileigh Walsh has been commanding the offense.
And just draining threes. 3 made threes already for her.
Walsh on the other end now for 3. Drains it. Caileigh Walsh responsible for all of Northwestern's points up to this point.
Really been providing the scoring, hitting another one there on that left side.
6 seconds on the shot clock. Weaver driving in, has to find someone, goes to Walsh. She has to pop the 3. That's good. Caileigh Walsh with 3 threes on the afternoon, that one at the buzzer.
Waning moments of the shot clock. Got another angle of it there. Sprint by you, see you later. Finishes at the paint, left side, right hand.
And you talk about finishing, look at Caileigh Walsh down low. She's gonna go to the line for the and one.
And what a complete flip from her first 2 field goal attempts, the 2 layups that she had, that the first layup should have gone in. The second one definitely continued.
18 points already, just averaging about 11 on the season. It's Walsh inside. Nice cut there by Daly. She gets the contact too.
That's just the speed and burst of Mel Daly, getting the pass from Walsh, getting.
In their regular rotation, their top 8 players, only 1 6-footer, and that's Walsh. And there's Mel Daly sharing with Walsh, who can stretch it, and she shows you that right there. Northwestern is raining the threes. First it was Pina.
Northwestern's defense has been top-notch to start this game.
It's offense enjoying one of the best periods it's had in Big Ten play. And Caileigh Walsh says they can't guard me.
And she can knock down that mid-range 2 off the bounce.
Walsh on the step out and the knockdown. Caileigh Walsh, the first to double digits with 10. After the Wildcats took care of business back at home at the reopening of Big Ten play in the final days of December. Oh, score it again. Caileigh Walsh. At points in this game, she has exerted her dominance in the paint.
And Walsh, 14 points right now, getting it going.
Seemed pretty composed in getting that done. The lob entry and another and one. Caileigh Walsh says they can't stop me.
Well, she is so good at sealing off her defender. Dominant presence inside. And you see how she moved to the basketball when it was thrown up in the air. You won in that first round against Northwestern. So you're hoping that you can do the same thing going in playing Minnesota, a team in which you beat February 13th. The leading scorer and the second leading scorer. And they make a little connection on that play right there.
Of course, Caitlin Harper, one of the top scorers on this Purdue team, out for the rest of the season. Tore her ACL on senior day. Walsh knocks it down. She's got 5 points early.
Jones can hit that pull-up. Doesn't like the 3 necessarily, but just takes 1 second to get a better shot. I like that patience from the freshman.
Walsh fading away, feeling it. 4-point game, exactly what it was at halftime. Shot fake. Walsh finds Daly. They're playing through each other. Here comes Northwestern. Another opportunity. They keep getting it down to Walsh. Opposite side and one opportunity. Nice spark by the Wildcats.
That time Walsh doing a good job getting her shoulder into the defense so she was able to turn back, square up to have a chance to make the shot and make it an and-one situation. I mean, every single session of the Big Ten Women's Tournament is sold out. It is unprecedented, it's fun, and there's a lot of talent.
Nice bucket there by Mott.
You gotta try to get a high percentage shot, either to a confident shooter or get it down low, and right there, Walsh does a great job extending the play. Mott's got deep positioning.
Northwestern down 12, trying to claw their way back in this game. Walsh, her first action of the season, drops it in and draws the foul.
That's the area where I feel Caileigh Walsh has grown the most over her career as a Wildcat. Early in her career, first couple years.
8 seconds left into Daly. Entry to Walsh. Up it goes. She hits it. 3 seconds left.
At her size and not settle for outside jumpers as she's matured as a player, and this is a perfect example of it. Jenna Johnson is doing everything she can to keep Caileigh Walsh off the block, but she is banging and hits her with a nice up and under move and finish with the left hand. That is textbook.
And as you noted in the timeout, she came off the bench. I mean, she was cold coming in.
It's just a really good play. They used Caileigh to set a screen for Mel Daly. You have to give Mel Daly the attention that she deserves, and what's doing that is you set a screen and the screener.
But they called a shot clock violation on review.
So Northwestern back with possession. Can they convert? Kyla Jones underneath and one. Let's take another look. That was a set play from Northwestern. Walsh to Williams underneath. Strong finish with the right hand on the left side against Katira. Walsh, great footwork on the left block.
Walsh top of the key. Pass to Harder on the near wing. This is Grace Karstensen on defense. High-low. Caileigh Walsh and one. 13-11 Wildcats. Big finish for number 10.
This has been a battle in the paint for Northwestern so far. They are taking advantage of this. Takes her time and drills the three.
Daly uses the Walsh screen. Picks, pops to Caileigh Walsh, a three. 1,000 career points for number 10. Newman, who can't get that one to fall. Smith again. Baseline, Jory Allen looking for an outlet. Walsh with a block. Talk about a great start in this ball game for Caileigh Walsh. She has been everywhere. Offensive end and now the defensive end.
Yeah, that was a monstrous block there from Caileigh Walsh.
Harder kicks it out. Walsh a three in the corner, knocks it through. Caileigh Walsh.
Maybe quiet the crowd down a little bit. And Michigan just immediately, Northwestern now with a 7-0 run of their own.
3 on the game clock. Holloway down the lane. Gets it blocked by Walsh.
To the second half.
Olsen works on Harder, loses the basketball. Kyla Jones one-on-one against Hobbs. Stops, puts it up, puts it in. Works off a screen. Down low now, Sullivan. Outside, Walsh to three. It's good. Caileigh Walsh from downtown.
Melanie Daly. Feedback out for Caileigh Walsh. Gets it to go.
That's what Caileigh Walsh does, is as soon as, you start to think maybe that's not a good shot for her to take, she'll drain a three just when Northwestern was really starting to struggle.
A 14-0 run in the second quarter allowed them to really stretch that lead. This is Caileigh Walsh banking it in.
Caileigh Walsh. And she hits another triple.
12-point lead for Northwestern. Ellie McDermott has it stuffed by Caileigh Walsh. No good. Brought down by Meta Rowland, who has it snatched away by Caileigh Walsh.
Great strength from Walton against James there defensively.
Melanie Daly once again from the mid-range. That's good. Previous career high was 20 last season. Mountain West Freshman of the Year making things happen. What a spin move from Caileigh Walsh to answer for the Wildcat. Off the ball contact between Caroline Lau and Alexander, and a major stuff from Caileigh Walsh. But they need someone to step up. Caroline Lau for Grace Sullivan. Feet underneath for Caileigh Walsh, backing down the contact and getting two.
14 points per game through 13 contests. Walsh turning inside, finding Williams. And Taylor Williams has Northwestern's first bucket.
Washington defense just kind of fell asleep there.
Still within arm's reach. Trying to come back on Washington here in their home Big Ten opener. Walsh with a tough finish. What a bucket for Caileigh Walsh, fresh off the bench.
And now Lau gets...
Under 4 to play. Walsh momentum right to the rim. That's what Northwestern's do. For Northwestern, still looking to find that time together. Multiple players limited in practice, still finding that groove. Just like Caileigh Walsh there in the paint.
Done a good job really containing Petty down low.
Walsh will try a deep 2 and buries it through. Harder feeds one into Walsh inside. Turnaround baby hook, that's good. Smooth looking shot that time from Walsh. And now that press trying to pick up again. Lau will tee one up. No good. Offensive board for Walsh. She's able to keep it in bounds. Turning around theory. Lobs it up and rattles it home. Cambridge went down as Daly got past. Thomas the putback no good. Walsh will put it up and she got it to go. Man, she was falling away from the basket, just flips it up there and gets it to go. That was started by a look.
Daly has entered the game now, goes around the screen from Walsh, gives it back to her. Walsh will fire, bouncing off the rim, it's good!
Entered the starting lineup for the first time this season 3 games ago and gets the shooter's touch on that 3 to fall. Taking the shot she knows how to make and shooting 59% from the floor, so succeeding at that.
Caileigh Walsh 3, bullseye! This game is tied. Get the foul here. Take a quick look here. That Walsh 3, which tied it.
Looking for Taylor Williams. Caileigh Walsh pulls up from 3. It's good. Caileigh Walsh getting the offense going for the Cats here early.
6-0 run at the end of the quarter for the Wildcats. Walsh, big.
Kyla Jones was working with it. They'll give it to Walsh. Her shot layup is good and one. Big screen from Caileigh Walsh. And she'll have an opportunity for a 3-point play here to close out the first half.
The bigs just continue to impress from Northwestern. Double team, not a problem. Caileigh Walsh, huge block.
Feed into Walsh, working on Stewart. Lefty finish is good. Timeout Northwestern.
As Walsh working on Stewart, lefty finish. Oh, this is going to be a fun, tight one here. If you're Northwestern, you do not have to foul yet. There's still a good amount of time on the...
Bostic leads the Big Ten in double-doubles. She's got 11. She's 1 board away from a double-double already.
She's the perfect combination of will and skill.
Harder. Walton. Corner to Walsh. She knocks down the triple. Northwestern makes it a 3-point game with 11 to go.
The seldom used freshman to come in, have the skill.
The clock will be set to 11.7.
And the vision to make this pass.
What a play. And yeah, first year Zamaya Walton handling it with such composure.
Over the timeline. Wow. Pass to the corner. Walsh a 3. Bounces in. 3-1 Northwestern lead early. Good 3 early from Caileigh Walsh. She had 9 in the first quarter to lead. Just racking up the high steal numbers. Hampton had a big game against Oregon with 8. Pass inside to Walsh, working on Arolt. Bounce and in.
And get back up the court. You know, Coach Joe McEwen said that they are a transition team, and that's when they are dangerous. Now, they didn't get this transition off as quick as I'm sure they hoped, but doesn't matter. There's Caileigh Walsh with 2 points on the board. Walton out to Daly. Daly to Walsh. Walsh for 3. And that's going to put some wind back into those Northwestern sails.
Last 2 teams, with the addition of all the new teams this year, do not make the Big Ten tournament. Nice feed from Walsh to Williams, who answers with 2 of her own, and we're tied up early.
Lombard has been in a little bit of a scoring funk in the last 5-6 games. Walsh, 3-ball. She got it.
Awasidibe tried to dump it down low. It's Taylor Williams defensively showcasing her length to tap it away and turns into an easy opening bucket for Kyla Jones.
You know, casual one-arm passes across the court.
All right, Walsh really starting to feel frisky.
90% free throw shooter. Sarah, 90% free throw shooter. Woo.
Long ball. Oh, let's not go anywhere quite yet. Walsh with the 3 ball.
Second offensive rebound, and she already has 7 points.
Shot clock is turned off as we down to 10 seconds. Bounce pass into Sullivan, a good pass by Caileigh Walsh. Sarah Williams has 8 points, but she's 3 of 12 from the field in this one. Walsh against Williams, that's a nice basket.
Out to Rimdahl on Jones, but Williams is there. Again, great play from Taylor Williams. Finds Daly to Walsh, and one, Caileigh Walsh.
That play all started with Williams on the other end of the floor. Head up, trying to push it in transition, outlet pass to Daly on the other side of the court, and Daly